Shout out to everybody here on the live. We're jumping on in after a night of gains. I was up a little too late last night. I don't know why. 2 in the morning or something. I don't know. But I woke up to gains. And I'm going to show you how we do it. We're going to find some gains today. I have a feeling. We made gains, baby. TARS AI, baby. Let's go. The altcoins are starting to rip again. The money is starting to flow. Life Revision is coming in. And people are getting paid, baby. Are you going to FOMO and get left out, or you want to make the gains with us? Get strapped in, get disciplined. We're ready to go. We'll see you in about 9 minutes. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. $95,000 Bitcoin. How about that? 95K, huh? We are moving. I opened up a long here on this cup and handy to the upside. Sammy banged on him. I thought I put way more in there. That's kind of sad, but my other trade is moving. But that is a cup and handle I just looked at for my trading group. The Sammy cup and handy to the upside. What a beautiful pump. What a beautiful pump. That is absolutely gorgeous. I was putting on my tie, so I didn't get a chance to see it. I was setting up the stream, but I just gave this trade to the trading group. You can see I could move the stop loss even up there a little bit and shave off, but I like to just keep it right below the 200 MA. What a move. I looked at this as a bullish retest. Bitcoin had broken out, looked like it was going to bullishly retest the top of the trend line. Let me explain what a bullish retest is. My mentor taught me the retest. He was so amazing. And so here you can see I'm showing you that's probably a bullish retest for Bitcoin. A nice entry there with a stop on the other side of the pattern. One of the best trades in the game, lowest risk trade, because it's got to go through the pattern to get you. So you kind of have you have the top trend line, you have the bottom trend line, and maybe even a support there. You almost have three before you get that move to the upside. And this was given at 9:36 in the morning. I am banging. I already woke up. It's crazy. I know you don't believe me, but last night I went to bed at 3 a.m. and I made a trade out of my mind. I didn't even remember making it. I woke up and I left my computer on and I was up about 900. I think it took 760 when it was all said and done after fees. Beautiful. So that was it. Then I took another scalp. Then I forgot that I even had a week's trade open that was just blasting to the upside. My week's trade, did it take profit? No. I must have taken profit off the trade. That week's trade was just cooking. Maybe I moved my stop loss to break even. Did I get signed out? No. Aha. I had to have taken gains. So I made $344. Where did it sell? 95, 194. So I must have had a take profit up there that got tapped on. Dang. Not bad though. In at 93, out at 95. It's a beautiful trade, up 22%. It's a $2,000 trade on Bitcoin. I don't even remember making that trade, so it's been open for a long time. It was just like the piece of another trade that I let sit. It was a runner from one of my other gains. You just kind of let trades cook. So today, I don't even know. Must have been over $1,000 day already. And we still got possible gains coming our way. So, hey, one step, one day at a time here for Bitcoin. And we bought Bitcoin at 84,000. You saw me do that. I also bought more, from 75, 77, 78, a lot at 81. And that is paying off right now heavily. So we made a trade last night. I went through the live stream, the weekly screen share last night, which was unbelievable. Had a really good time. Look at this AZIT. I don't even know what it is, but just looking at it there. And TARS AI really was the trade of the day, trade of the night last night. It was to me the most obvious play. I mean, it was so tight. People were talking about it, and it was like right there. And I said, hey, it's likely going to break out. And there it is, ripping to the upside all the way to 7587. I got in here with like a couple grand, and I sold off already, made 1,000 from there too. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. So it's been a good day. It's been a good day. We've been taking gains all over the place. So yeah, and TARS AI could definitely be a long-term hold that could turn into something pretty big. And I would look for it to consolidate yet again here. It just seems like it likes to pump, make these flags, and it may even go up for more on some parabolic rise here. But TARS AI, shout out to anyone that jumped on in. And that wasn't measly gains. I mean, we looked at that last night at about 10 or 11 last night, and, by the time you wake up in the morning, you're up 35, 40%. I mean, you can't beat that. So altcoins are ripping. We went through all the altcoin gains that I gave. It was insanity. If you like gains and you want to come home to some extra money, I mean, we talked about Deep Book Protocol. That thing went up 340%. The Say call that ripped beautifully, still going up actually right now as we're speaking, if you want to double check me on that. The NASDAQ call I gave out the flag to the upside that continued to rip to the target and more. Unbelievable. The Jasmy inverted head and shoulder that's ripping, still ripping. The B3 cup and handle that exploded for 40%. And it's just been absolutely insane sweet from that other little flag. And that thing's up even more from that beautiful entry at 277, giving gold. Brett ripped out of that for 38%. Accurate Bitcoin call when I gave the exact entry there at 87,000. You're still in the money on that call if you got in. AIXBT for a massive move. I put out Caspa, I hit it nicely. I put out another flag, it went up again last night. Alchemist AI blasted for 46% out the flag. And you can see I do the same thing, another accurate Bitcoin call. This is all literally since 422. Are you kidding me? This has been like 3 or 4 days. Fartcoin ripping, Alluvium out the cup and handle. It exploded. I gave the exact entry. You would think I was lying. The fact that this is insane. Never mind my elite traders that are also posting gains on top of me. Like this Sui cup and handle they saw. It doesn't end in my trading group. It's endless. The flow of abundance is endless. I live an abundant life. If you want to live with the people that are in abundance, come chill. It never ends, man. These gains are insanity. Anyway, I'm done shilling my CryptoLifer.com group, but go to CryptoLifer.com and stop playing yourself and join today. It's like I'm working 7 days a week like hotcakes. It doesn't stop. I love y'all. Let's break down the weekly top-down analysis here for the day and see what's happening for Bitcoin. God bless everyone that spends their awesome time with me. You know, your time is so precious, and I appreciate it. Your most scarcest asset, and that is your time, even though it doesn't even exist, right? Farcoin ripping and explode. You guys are funny, man. Absolutely. But again, we can't make this stuff up. Like, that's how many gains were ripped because I could see the charts, man. And I hadn't posted like altcoins like that in a while, but this is what we're used to. Waking up and just, this show is a dang commercial for my trading strategy that just can find gains all over the market no matter what the asset. You just got to see it to believe it and know that it's real. So this is a breakout of a falling wedge. Falling wedges break out 68% of the time. This was a hidden bullish divergence. I went over it many, many times since here I went over it. We did say we could slip, and we did slip. The point was I started talking about it right here. We slipped in the wick. Even then I said we could come back down to the bottom of the channel one more time. That would still be bullish. And that happened. We pulled the Fibonacci from this wick. You can see we wicked into the 618 golden pocket with the hidden bullish and low stochastic MACD about to turn. And it told me that I should be loading up on Bitcoin there. And then the fear and greed went to 10. I bought 84,000. Then I started buying more. And they brought it even lower on the wick. I capitalized on the fear. I don't know what, and again, who knows? Maybe we'll dump and I'll look silly for buying there. We don't know. Right now, I'm up nice. We'll see what happens. And anything else we bought, Sui down there, Ondo, whatever we bought down there, when I was saying buy the fear, these are the things I said I wouldn't buy anything, but these are what I would be, because I knew the lowest cap gems, they wouldn't start popping until at least some of the bigger cap gems showed us they had some love. So here we are now, coming into the $95,000 region. Like Bitcoin, not only is it getting through its first level of resistance on the weekly, which you can clearly see labeled by these, by these two candles here, okay? You're getting above that level. When you break through that, your next resistance is 98.5, 98,450 here. You're coming for 98,000. We want 98 and we want it now. We go through 98. The next weekly is 102.8. And then we're talking 104,000 and we're gone. And look at the size of that weekly candle. If that closes Sunday night without a wick, or at least with a smaller wick, and this is what we want. Remember yesterday it was kind of floundering. I said, I don't want to see that. I want to see a strong candle close. That's going to be that's bullish as I've ever seen it. It looks amazing. And we were just at the beginning of this week, we were at 84,000. Like, what a week. And just last week, 2 weeks ago, we were at $74,000, everybody. Like April 7th, April 8th, this is insane. So you don't go broke taking profits. Amen. Like, I paid myself lavishly today. It is what it is, This is how you know when I forget the rollie. That's when you know, man, I've been trading all night and I just don't even care. You know what I mean? Because it's never been about the flashiness here. It's been about the grind. And you guys know that. Everything I receive is from what I deserve from the grind. And what I say out loud is not about me. It's about a human being. Any human being that grinds like I do. will receive the great rewards if you continue to grind. If you focus on one thing, show up every single day and put your best foot forward, make people feel good, stay positive, and also get them paid, you're going to have a good life. Makes sense, right? Anyway, let's take a look. So the weekly hidden bullish, we called it out on this channel every single day. We stuck true to our, what it was. And now we go to that 5-day bullish engulfing, getting above 5-day $90,000 resistance. I love it. We go to the 3-day chart. And the 3-day, beautifully strong. We talked about this being a double bottom. I went over it for you. I said, look for this to break out the measured move. And that's basically the measured move of the double bottom. I mean, that was supposed to happen 68% of the time. Like, this is simple stuff. Very simple stuff, right? And we've been longing this whole thing and caking off. So this is where the money's been, right? And Bitcoin has had a massive move. And whether you got in on spot on an altcoin and DCA'd, whether you leverage trade, don't beat yourself up. Whatever greatness came from the lows that you may have purchased, just be happy. You know what I mean? I could say I could have got in at something out. Everybody can say it could have been better for this pump. And for some people, they lost money. They could have been worse. Some people got liquidated in these moments somehow. They traded wrong. They were over leveraged. So can you believe that? Some people right now on my $84,000 Bitcoin soaring and all the suite that we bought on the Ondo, some people are losing money. So always ask yourself, how did I do? And if you're up, be grateful for being up. And if you need to fine tune things, say, hey, dear Lord, help me fine tune. I know I could do a little better. And ask yourself, what's making me, where is the lack of detail and why? What could help me? So look, the daily above the 200 MA looking great. And like I talked about, I said, we could get an uptrending flag here on the daily. I said, if we're bullish, we're going to trend up. So I still see likely some consolidation here. And look right there, there's daily resistance. You could say there's a wick right there and we're kind of right at the wick. I like to use candle bodies, but we're breaking through, which is nice. The 21 curving up to price action and suggesting that, we're just going to keep cruising here. Then we're going to get a golden cross on the daily, right? And I mean, that tells me we're going to be back to the all-time high somewhere and back into $120,000 BTC. Will that be the end of the rally? You never know. Are people going to kind of egg you on for a super cycle? Some people are going to sell thinking it will, and then we're going to continue to rip. Some people are going to sell and take profits and we're going to dump. So I don't know what's going to happen. We'll take it one step at a time. Best channel for TA and mental training. Shout out to Jay Bella. Never missed that. Smart Dizzy. So we're watching this daily flag that looks like to me it's starting to play out. Now we could still get a dump. Don't get me wrong, and come back to that 21. Don't have this, don't rule this out. And if it happens, that's still very bullish. If we were to come and even retest, let's say 90,000, even if we retested 88,000, very bullish. It would be a beautiful higher low, and we would blast. So don't stress if you do see 88K again. All right, unless you get liquidated, but don't stress unless one step at a time. But the daily looking sweet. And now let's kind of see what's happening here on the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin. And that's just a projection on the daily, right? I'm not going to hold myself. So this is what I've been watching for the last, few hours. And this is what I built for the trading group. I can't miss. I'm the crypto lifer. So if it pumps, I gotta hit it. I gotta be in on it. So I just sold 95,154, luckily on some type of limit order extravaganza, which is great. I'll take it. That is awesome. So 4 hours in a beautiful flag, very oversold. MACD turning. RSI is not in my favorite spot. Can almost say the RSI has some bearish div. I mean, it's pointing down. Price action is pointing up. There's a chance the daily could come back down to that 21. There's a chance we could come back to 88K, everyone. I don't want you to be overly bullish. I want you to always be ready for the opportunity. The opportunity may be a short. I'm always open-minded. See, this is what has changed. I used to be all bullish all the time. And now, now I've switched predominantly bullish. You get it? But I'm always open-minded because you just never know when it comes to trading. I've seen the impossible. Every time I got cushy and I decided it was exactly what I thought, it never was. Or if it was rare. So it's always kind of, I have a pretty good idea. I'm like, yeah, that's a flag. We're going to break out. Boom, boom, boom. But I have to be open-minded that it's not going to play out the way I see it every time. So look at this. I mean, crazy wick down, crazy wick up. Some really strange volatility here for Bitcoin on that 1 hour. I mean, but definitely a bullish retest as far as I'm concerned. You bullishly retested off the top of the pattern. That's what I was looking for. We got it. But then to fake us out. So what I'm looking for now is a flag outside of the pattern. So this is like a pretty simple way to trade today. If Bitcoin's bearish, it breaks this trend line. It loses the 200 MA on the 1 hour. And then we know we're in for some pain. So if you see the 1 hour starting to break below the 200 MA, 92.9, 92.8, we know we're in for some pain. All right. And then we're likely going to, maybe at least a double bottom. But you're likely coming to test 91,005, right? So 91,500 would be a test area. If we're bullish, we're just going to consolidate through the day. So we're actually, every once in a while, price action will make a very simple way to trade it. There's some days where it's like, it's back and forth. You see three things. Today's like a really awesome day to trade. It's pretty simple. If it's bearish, we're going to break back inside the pattern, lose that 200 MA, and you're gone. If you're bullish, you're going to stay outside. You're going to stay outside, or even right there, that 15-minute resistance, 94K is going to hold. So all you have to do is really watch price action for the next, couple hours here on the 15-minute time frame. And because of the bullish retest, it's likely we'll continue to pump here to the upside, right? No guarantees, but, there's a good chance. So I keep this trade open here. This is just another scalp. We already made over $2,000, but this, another 100 for 300. Add $300 more to the stack today. And I got in there, it pumped, and then came back down. We'll see what happens. I might as well just stay inside. My stop loss is right below the 200 MA on the 15. If they take me out, they take me out. So be it. I still made good gains today, right? I can risk some of what I've made for a little more. If this flags out, there's a chance I'll double down. It starts to show me signs of a bigger move. Maybe I'll add to the trade. It is Friday, but there's frothiness going on. Starting to feel more like a bull market. Starting to feel like there's a lot of, right? Shout out to Andy, Big Consensus. What's up, Sam? Much love to you and the fam. I thought about you literally just like yesterday afternoon. I was like, what? Yeah. It's funny when you think about people, they pop right into your life. It's quantum. God bless you, Andy. Hope everything's going well with you and yours, man. Yeah, on my way to Dubai, man, on Sunday. I don't know if you're going to Dubai, but it'll be pretty cool to see you there. Easy flight for you than me. You can jump on over from the UK, right? But if you're going to Dubai, let me know. I'll be there. We can say what up. Grab some lunch, possibly. Maybe do a little stream or something. You never know. So yeah, we're looking for this to be into a nice little flag here for Bitcoin. Watching the 15-minute time frame, 94,900. I like it. Back to that 95K. I mean, 95K just feels so good, right? Like $95,000. Now I have 95x BTC, right? I live in Dubai, my man. Moved here last year, so definitely see you. Amazing. You live in Dubai. See, I did not know. Amazing. So I will see you at Token 2049, man, for sure. See? I'm gonna know so many people in Dubai like that. I love the crypto world, man. You go around the world and just like I'll spend time talking to so many people I know in a city I've never been to, and I already know what's gonna happen. Like, it's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be awesome. I'm excited. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you for the super chat, Tori. God bless you, and thank you for the $10 for the Crypto King. I'm feeling really generous today. We 17 people watching today. If we can get 700 likes, I'll give away 50 memberships, but it has to be before Sammy exits the stream. All right, everyone, we got to get 700 likes. And he's just going to throw 50. There are these little memberships where if I do a private live stream, you get access to it, okay, on YouTube. All right, it's a YouTube private membership thing. It has nothing to do with my Discord. Okay. Unless you're talking about actual, like this, that would be crazy. If that was Discord memberships, that would be $5,000. You know what I mean? In Dubai as well, where will you be? Would be great to see you. I'll be staying, I believe, near the Paramount, somewhere near there. But we'll be going to Token 2049, hanging out. If you'd like to help us, you want to show us something, you know something about Dubai, maybe you're a very wealthy person that wants to, whatever it is, email cryptolifers@gmail.com. Give us your name, tell us who you are, a little bit about yourself, and hey, we'll go to lunch, get to know you, and bang, bang, bang. Yeah, I may see Carl the Moon. Some of my connections know him. They did say they would make a connection. Yeah. I'd like to meet Chris of MM Crypto. I know Da Vinci, but I'd like to meet him again. I met him one time. So, I like to see the whole Dubai crew out there. Sam, you heard about Seep Like Masters. Shares of Cantor Equity Partners surged 55% on Tuesday. I like to see that. I like to hear that. That's good. Shout out to Cyrus Grayson. God bless you. Amen. So we get up to 700 likes, everybody. He's going to bless the channel. And it's going to bless me too. So if you're a blessed person and you want other people getting blessed, then just hit that like button. You're going to be part of the blessing. I mean, how much easier could you start your day? I mean, you're going to leave this stream with a good blessing. Like, you're going to be like, man, I did something for someone else. And I'm not even being corny. It's just like it's vicariously living through me. Yes, of course, it's the benefit of the streamer. By all means, I showed up every day. But everyone can benefit from my benefit, right? That's the whole point. We can all get something. We can all get some love or even some benefit, you know? Financial, whatever it be. So as we go through the day, altcoins just look scrumptious. There's a bunch of different altcoins I've been posting. Last night, I posted many altcoins. We talked about them too as trading as a group. We went over all the coins that we hit. We talked about why I posted them, how they played out, and it really was a clinic on strategy. I hope you had a blast last night. That is recorded, and then it's put out again that night, so you could play it and watch it, the weekly screen share. Just want to make sure, yeah, there it is right there. So, and it's still there. If anyone needs to watch the weekly screen share, it's right there waiting for you there inside of the weekly screen share section in the Discord. All right, that's in the official, right there below the ideas, weekly screen share. I had an amazing time last night and a lot of questions too. I liked it. There was a lot of questions we answered. It was awesome. My first year trading next year. We'll meet you at Token 24. God, hey man. Love the video yesterday on the 21 SMA. Education is key. Thank you, Lifer. God bless you, man. Yeah, that video is doing very well, too. Send that video to your friends. Pump it. Let them know. Yeah. You know, I talked to my wife today, and I thought about making a funny video, you know. And I'm like, that's the one. Yeah. Yeah. And she's like, what? You know, it's like a cut, like a TikTok. And he's like, yeah, that's the one. And I'm like, they got the penguins in Walmart, babe. You know what I'm saying? And that very well could have been the bottom for PENGU. It's already doubled up there a little bit from the lows. And we all, you know, I don't know about you, but I still have the free PENGU that they gave us. Everyone got some free PENGU airdrop. Look, head and shoulder. And then it was just everyone that got the airdrop sold it off. Seems like it may have bottomed. I just feel like it may be worth me putting in a couple grand. Somewhere between $2 and $4 grand and just never thinking about it again. They're in Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're in Walmart. How could the price not appreciate over time? I don't know. I feel like I'd be kicking myself if I see this thing back up, you know, and do a 10x, right? It can basically do, now it can do a 5x from here. But from the lows, it could do a 10x, 0.004 to 04, right? It could just drop a 0. And that may not even be the end for it, right? It could, and because it's so small, that could happen faster than we realize. July or August, you could be here, and then they could do another. This thing could go to 7 cents, 10 cents. You know what I'm saying? And right now, it's not even a penny. So there's still a possible 10x out of this thing, in my humble opinion. I could be wrong. Very likely you could turn around, go to 0, and turn to nothing. It's high risk, high reward on PENGU. But again, and I'm not a financial advisor. I don't think I'm saying you should be taking this financial advice, but I'm just starting to get back into my speculative environment the way I behave. It's funny, it takes me a long time. The market was just it wasn't going to be the way I wanted it to be for a long time, you know. So just if you're jumping on into Bitcoin, it's a low volume Friday. We had a beautiful breakout, a bullish retest. We bounced off the bottom of this trend line last night. I talked about it. I said, it looks like the 1 hour was oversold. And I said, expect the 1 hour to probably bounce back to the top of the channel. That's what we last said. Also, shoulder. Look at that inverted head and shoulder for Bitcoin. And I love the indicator. It's just like so clean. It labels it so nicely. If you ever want it to be perfect, you just want to make sure that line is parallel. And then it'll shade it right like that. Yeah, boom. But there it is, the inverted head and shoulder. And that has a measured move. The head to the neckline, suggesting you get somewhere between 96 and 96,005. You know, 96.5 there. And we're on our way so far. And if it makes it, again, it could make a flag and break. You know, nothing goes straight out. Like the smaller time frames will do their thing. But that looks interesting to me. That's an inverted head and shoulder. And then the idea is that's also a flag. And I took this measured move, and it puts me somewhere at about $100,000 Bitcoin, 101.5, maybe a little extended there. But to me, at least 100,000, you know, about 100,000. So I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, let's take a look. You hold shift down. And, you know, in a day or two, you know, Monday, Sunday night even, we could be at 100K. So we could have one of those Sunday pumps again to 100K. You know, you never know. Imagine that the day I leave to Dubai, we go to 100K. I mean, it would make sense. It would make sense. So I'd be watching TARS AI for a flag if I was an avid relentless trader like I am. I'd also be taking a look at here at, you know, XCN. And we knew how XCN began to move here. And this is kind of what I've been projecting. And this thing's been hot. I wouldn't be surprised if XCN goes on a massive tear. I may throw my compounded gains from TARS AI right into XCN and just continue to roll this puppy out. This thing looks nice. If I had to say there was a trade, and again, I own some XCN, but if there was a trade of the day, I mean, this looks very similar to TARS AI last night. The tightness of the moving averages, above the high volume node, beginning movements at, see, this is the VRVP. Previous resistance becoming support, right? You're getting that. It's got an Adam and Eve on it, really, at the bottom there. Can also be kind of considered a large cup and handle there. This thing looks interesting to me. And again, it could easily just dump to the downside. You never know. You always have to have cautious in trading. There's no guarantees to anything. It's probability. Remember, the tighter a trade gets, the better. And once the market starts to move and there's more money in the market, you're going to see the tightness. All the stuff that I've been explaining for you is going to start coming on over and over again. Yeah, it's going to be a hot day here in Florida. 79 degrees right now, though. Absolutely beautiful. And God bless everybody here on the stream. Thank you for jumping on in. And we got 700 likes like that. Unbelievable. Thank you so much. And my man gives 50 memberships. He turns everybody green. Dude, you are just on a mission to be amazing. Every once in a while, we get someone joins the group. They start making the gains. They start seeing what's happening. They start learning. Their mind changes, and they're just like so grateful they give back to me on a mass scale. Like, that's insane. Thank you very much for giving to everybody in the group. And everyone right now can jump on in and turn themselves green. And shout out to After Hours Investing. What a great day to golf with the low volume, right? If you made gains today, you deserve it. Light up a cigar. Go golfing with your buddy. Or if you don't smoke cigars, go for a jog. Do something healthy, right? We don't have to do the whole cigar thing. I smoke maybe one cigar like a month now. It's very rare. I was smoking them here and there. And that took, after my fast, I don't know, I didn't do it for that month. And it gave me some Now it's like here and there. I got smoked a little bit during the Celtics game. I just, had a little couple puffs of my cigar. All right, want to make that. I was like, wait, that could be open-ended there. Thank you, I'm green. Shout out to everybody here. So XCN looking beautiful to me. Tight. Could be the trade of the day too. I mean, that looks nice. And I've seen these things dump to the downside. Nothing's guaranteed. But I mean, if I take these 90% of the time over and over again, there's a good chance 70% of those trades pump. And so, boom. Bitcoin getting a beautiful pump to 95,004. 95.5 there to the upside. Blasting off. And there's TARS AI too, looking beautiful. And you can see I'm still in this long here, just adding to the gains of the day. And Bitcoin getting big. And we can see a monster move for Bitcoin here too. The 15-minute looks good to me. The 1 hour got a little extended. But nice pump there for Bitcoin. And again, what we're talking about here is this cup and handle. Okay, in the bullish retest of the bigger shape that we had going on. I still see sideways price action. The 21 and the 15, they kind of want to come hang out. Nice little pump though. You can't beat it. There's just a good vibe to the air. Can't you feel it, everybody? Something about today that feels absolutely amazing. Right? There's something in the air that just feels good. I can't explain it. Today just feels fresh and free. And I don't know why we're black and white today, which is a funny color for me, right? But I just wanted to keep it black and white. I thought it'd be, hey, it's black or it's white. It's up or it's down. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody here, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the stream. Thank you for sharing the positive energy with me. Man, I haven't felt this good in a long time, man. I guess I always feel good, but today I feel amazing. Maybe God is just in the air filling me. I don't know what it is, but I think I'm at peace with this flight to Dubai. That's what it is, man. I had a lot of anxiety over the flight to Dubai. But Jamie Zeno is like the nicest man in the world, man. And my team is so cool. And I sit there and talk to him, and he's like, I'm going to be there for you, son. I'm going to get you from the airport. Don't worry, everything's going to be perfect. I'm going to have it all set up. You're going to be all ready to go. It's going to be amazing. And I just have like a group of amazing... Sorry, Jamie. But I just got a group of amazing people in my life that make me want to live every day around them and be with them. And my kids, my wife, each and every one of you, the crypto billies that I know. And I'm excited. I think I'm also excited to see people in Dubai now. I realize how many people I'm going to meet. And it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun. Crypto Billy, I love you, man, with all my heart. Thank you for everything. Jamie Zeno, I love you, man. Thank you for everything. I became Welsh overnight. He's like, I'm Scottish. So it's going to be alt season for the day. As Bitcoin goes sideways, Friday tends to be alt day. And so let's take a look at what's hot, what people are looking at. And, I already kind of gave some gems out there today that look like they're going to be ripping to the upside. And it's kind of up to you now. I don't know what you want to do with that information. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advicio, right? Advice. Advice. So the top 20 search coins, Redstone continues to trend. Hyperlane, Barachain still trends. Maybe people like to scoop up the lows. Lorenzo Protocol on my radar there. It's $14 million market cap. Initia came out with 135. Finally, the plume has been interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if that picks up where it left off as the market rips. Yeah, SWFTC, which I think maybe people just think it's Swift coin connected to Swift, but I don't think it has anything to do with it. But and Bitcoin now at 95,300. Likely gonna, if my likely go sideways. Sammy, can we hit SWE? Of course, we're gonna SWE it up. We're gonna talk about SWE. We're gonna break down SWE. We're gonna look at SWE memes. We're gonna talk about Axel that boomed to the upside and how we put it out. One of the hottest SWE memes in the game and how it ripped. Solana 154, and so then we're also gonna look at the most visited coins today. Bitcoin, how do you visit Bitcoin? But I guess most looked at online. Zora, Balance, Initia, Solana, Lorenzo Protocol keep coming up there. with the small market cap, you can see, hey, Babylon Baby was another one that I could see doing some damage. Layer Edge on the radar. Soul Layer was another one that continued to rip. I got so many altcoins buzzing through my mind right now. Man. And then I like to look here too. Farcoin has been ripping back to 111, 119. Who knows where it is now? So in the last hour, they got 13 million cryptos, 14.3 million cryptos. It's just that's just nuts. POPCAT up 21%. I like POPCAT too. It's one of the ones that you know is going to move. We got Floki moving. A lot of the Solana memes. Trump coin even back up to 13.55. So Sol memes getting some love here. The Fear and Greed back at 52. Alt season 15 to 10. But again, when alt season's there, that's when it's time to start taking profits. So it's funny. Alt season is now. You start buying before it's alt season. I love how it's like, it's such a myth. You know what I mean? And Ondo back above 3 billion. SEC opens tokenization talks with Ondo. I mean, it just seems bullish today all across the board. 12% for Bitcoin in 7 days. 13% for Ethereum ripping. Okay. XRP. 16% for Solana in a week. 16% for Doge. We're talking Cardano up 17%. 74% for Sweet to 370, my man. And my ladies, man. Wow. Chainlink 15, like the whole market just coming back strong. Hyperliquid will be at 20 soon. You'll be like, what? And, you know, BitTensor, a great DCA. Ondo, a great DCA. Near, a good DCA, in my humble opinion. Caspa, back to 10 cents, up 37%. Trump coin up 76%. I mean, there's just been gains. And you wait to trade. Like, you don't have to trade until it's right. And that's why we did a slew of altcoins. And they're absolutely doing damage today. So if you're just jumping into the stream, I'm watching the 1 hour time frame, which is likely going to flag out a bit sideways here. Even the 15-minute. Something like this we're looking at. Have the 21 kind of come into price action, let it go. And then I do see a continuation today. It looks like we may be pumping throughout the day. Wouldn't be surprised if we ended the day somewhere into $97,000, $98,000. And I could be wrong, but that's what I'm starting to see. And I am pretty bullish today. Yeah, I'm more bullish than normal for sure. You can see it. Looks like we could short squeeze up to 96,000. That's the biggest liquidity that I see here on BookMap. Link in the description. I do get a commission. It shows you where people are actually getting liquidated. You can see the order books API'd from the exchanges. It's pretty awesome. Watch liquidation, see what happens in real time, and get second, to none better data on Bitcoin. Like I'm getting, by the second, I'm getting the price right there, right? I mean, Bitcoin looks like it's going to continue to pump here. I'll be honest. So dream away. That dude that does, the dude that watches the beatbox videos and he's like, oh, that dude's hilarious. I haven't watched him in a long time, but every once in a while I get caught up. He's watching the dude, they can remake beats with their voices completely, and he's like, you know who he is. Everybody, that dude went viral. It's looking good. I still, maybe there's a chance we just blast off and just never look back. Next thing you know, we're at 97.5. Hey, I got a long open for it, so hey, if that's what we'll do, we'll cook, right? I'm in right there at 94,380. We're already up a G on the move, so we'll see. And Bitcoin's been awesome to trade because you can get $1,000, $2,000 move almost every day now out of Bitcoin. It's so big. It's really, it has more opportunity and it is more spread, right? When there's more spread, you have, because back, I could have made money on Bitcoin when it was 20,000, but then a $500 move, $1,000 move was 1/20th of the price. You see what I mean? That's why it's so fun to trade Bitcoin now compared to the NASDAQ and everything else too. It just has a better mathematical ratio reward per trade, in my humble opinion. I could be wrong, but that's how I look at it. My mind kind of efficiently sees it as a better way to trade, due to the spread and the how much it can move throughout. I see something different that I didn't see before for Bitcoin, and this is why it's always good to see things differently. But look, this is a bit of a rising wedge that, to me, could be breaking out, and there's a cup and handle there. Oh my gosh, do you see that? Sammy Cup and Handy to the upside. Sammy Cup, this thing, we could be exploding to 96,500 right now for Bitcoin. Looks like we're about to go on a massive pump out the cup and handle, rising wedge. Stokes are telling us yes. Bitcoin ripping. Oh my gosh, 95,700. We haven't seen 96K in a long time. I'm excited for Bitcoin on a Friday, baby. And I'm sorry I can't contain myself. I do this for a living, and every day is... Some days have been tough. We've gone through days where I don't even want to mention what happened, right? It's been tough. But we got through the tough times, and now we're here. ACL's bouncing off the $200, possibly before we get double bottom. Got my eye on it. Thoughts? Shout out to Wayne Moore for Alchemist AI. Shout out to Wayne Mustafa. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Billy. Pendle breaking out of the flag on the 1 hour time frame. Let's take a look at Pendle Beans. And Pendle's hot. DeFi offering all capabilities. I talked about Pendle breaking out here. I gave the Pendle trade. The entry at 320. Pendle is right now at 358. So you're already in the gains. This is likely going to pump up to the 200MA and head to $4.52 for Pendle. I see a nice pump here continuing to come. I could be wrong, but the technical analysis is telling me. And I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taking as financial advice. It's for entertainment and educational purposes only. But yes, if you took the Pendle trade, and Pendle was one of the stronger coins when the market was really nasty. So when the market's nice, see, that's when you're watching the market like us, then when you know it's nasty, you know it's hot. You know, and you can even see here, you see shoulder, head, you see, that's a complex inverted head and shoulder. Shoulder, you know. Ready to break back to the upside. Almost a bit of an Adam and Eve there hanging out too. You see that Adam and Eve? It's hard to tell, but it's there, man. I'm telling you, people. I'm telling you. Just got to see it differently there. So now you're like, oh, but I don't want to chase. Agreed. But look, you're in the same exact shape. See how Bitcoin runs the show? Do you not see the inverted head and shoulder here? You see the cup and handle? Like, you got this, baby. Pendle wants to rip to the upside, and there's coins galore. They are trades galore. When the bell tolls, the chart pumps. So I'm looking for this thing to break out. I mean, could even, if it comes back to the trend line one more time. And it's not about nailing a perfect entry. It's about knowing your parameters properly. Like stop loss below the 200MA. It's a 1/7 risk reward ratio. We have to extend that. So we get to 475, still only a 228. Maybe not the trade for me, you know what I mean? Because otherwise you'd have to be right there and you may be able to get wicked out. So like, and the 3 to 1. So sometimes that ain't the trade. Based, then I'd have to take a 239. And there's also a chance that you just, you could hold for bigger gains and then, all right. Maybe the risk reward ratio is worth it there because it is a 3 to 1 from there. Hey, we're going up. Take profit 1, 475. Take profit 2, 550. Psychological areas of support and resistance 2 mapped out. Bitcoin back to 95.3, getting a slam down there. And that's expected on low volume Fridays. You're going to see some volatility. And remember, look, I expected a flag. I didn't expect this to continue to rip. Actually, the rip I thought was a bit odd. But let's see, man. In the next, I'm watching the 15-minute, and I want to see how the 15-minute makes a flag here. Wow, the 15-minute looks like it continued to pump. It's looking like it's going to rip through that wick at least, though. Like, I see that booning. Looks like it's going to pump back up. They're going to go after these shorts. The volatility is insane today. Look at that. I see it crawling back up strong. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive, right? They still got liquidity down at 90K too. Remember that. For my bearish idea that could be lingering. We always have to be, again, we know what to do. The 1 hour will lose the 200MA. We're okay. We're in a good spot. God bless everybody here. Thank you for the 821 likes. Maybe we get to 1,000 likes. I'd greatly appreciate it. Trade's still doing well here. I keep going to the spot. Trade still going well. We entered down here 94,200. Let's go, baby. Sideways price action. We can continue. I'm not moving my stop loss to break even. I'm keeping it below the 200 MA here on the 15-minute time frame until the time is right. Stochastic still pointing to the upside. There could be some more momentum here for Bitcoin. Technically, this flag could be going all the way to the measured move, which is somewhere at about 96,006. And there's FOMO around the world. There's supply shocks. There's countries, nation states, entire states are fighting for the supply of Bitcoin at this point. Bitcoin's going to get less and less on the exchanges. Might get to a point where you might have to be someone with some bags to get a Bitcoin. They might not even be able to sell one Bitcoin anymore. They might wait for someone to buy batches because they just... I hope not. But is that something that could be possible? So we identified some key areas in the altcoin sector that look like they're going to break out. DeFi, RWA, and even gaming is starting to take a bit of a move here. Let's take a look at Illuvium, the head of gaming. When Illuvium moves, it's kind of, I'm not saying it's the greatest thing ever, but Illuvium's kind of the head. Immutable X and Illuvium are kind of like the Bitcoin and the Litecoin, or I don't know, I'm not the best analogy, but you know what I'm saying? And we started here right there at 13, and this thing just continues to move back to 15. And I hold Immutable X. I hold Illuvium, right? They're just, if you're not sure what to do in gaming and you believe in gaming, you just grab Immutable X and Illuvium, right? To me, whatever. Some people, I heard some FUD on one of them recently. But to me, they're bigger gaming studio type, entities, or not even studios, but they're infrastructure for gaming, right? People are going to have to use them. Not just, all gamings could benefit from their use case. So I like projects that are built into the infrastructure of the industry they're in, instead of just having to be the one that has to hit. Like, there's games out there, and those games are going to have to be the winning games. That's a lot harder to do than be part of all the winning games and just have infrastructure behind them. And you don't have to be the winning game. You just develop the right. And I think that way is really the way. I just had an idea, man, for business. It just hit me. I had my epiphany. My $1 billion epiphany just hit me right now. Unbelievable. Obviously, I can't share it right now because it's a little deep and off topic, but I appreciate that whatever that happened jarred my mind there. Amazing. I could do that. So I'm watching Illuvium too, and I can see this thing making bacon on the beach, going to 18. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing gets juiced up here to the upside. Shout out to my altcoin fiends. Shout out to my crypto freaks and lovers. If you love crypto like me, honk your horn. Shout out to everybody here, though. Thank you so much for jumping on in. And it's a Friday, too. It's a beautiful Friday. So we got Bitcoin pretty locked in. I'm confident, we're sitting where it is. And if it decides to lose, the 200 MA on the 1 hour, or even the 15, then we know that things will shift. And that'll give us enough time to get ourselves squared away for, either taking profits, smaller stop loss, whatever has to happen, or even just switching short if it has to happen, Fear and greed index at 60, but I'm unlikely to short right now, and we're in a pretty good uptrend. Fear and greed index at 60 for Bitcoin. I like that. But I like when it's lower. I get sad when it gets up here because, the big buys are gone for me. No more whole Bitcoins at these levels. They were here, though, in the fear, where price action was given to us. 95,500 for Bitcoin, just to keep you on your toes here. I tell you what, 95.5 is a good place to be. And every time we chop 100, we're getting closer and closer to that $100,000 mark. We're getting closer and closer to the $100,000 mark. Let's get a cool little poll going on here. Interact with the streamers. What does Bitcoin... Does Bitcoin hit 100K by next Friday? Yes, no. By Sunday. So there we have it. Does Bitcoin hit 100K by next Friday? Yes, no, or by Sunday? And we're going to ask you guys out there, the beautiful crypto lifer community, the most respectful, honorable, hardest working community in the game. Bitcoin at 95,590. Taking names and kicking butt. Sam, I've been posting my charts in the TEDA part of the group. I love it, man. You're doing great. And the TEDA, what is the TEDA? What is TEDA? And the TEDA? XCN cup and handle 1 minute. I expect one more massive rejection at 100K, then a huge bounce to $140,000 beans. Cup and handle in a double bottom. Wow, amazing price action on the 1 minute. Yeah. Jasmine to lead the race just as it did Q1 of 24. Will be one of the first to hit its cycle top. NAKA, Super, and Beam. NAKA, Gala. Remember that? Oh my gosh, man. We've been through so much together. The cake, man. I mean, NAKA breaking back above the 200 MA and then, flagging out. I just want to see the 4-hour flag. And I still hold bags in NAKA. Might as well just throw in a little more at the bottoms. It's like tossing a penny in to the fountain. XCN to the moon, baby. Amen. TEDA or not TEDA? That is the question. Amen. Well, I know you're posting your charts in the TA section. I think that's what he means. M2 Money Global Supply started. My will be big. Sam, what do you think about selling May and go away for altcoins currently? It sounds like you're just drinking the Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? But I've seen it happen many times, so it could happen. I'm just going to take it one step at a time and look at the charts, though. Yeah. Just keep your head in the charts, man. And look, we talked about SNEK breaking out of the inverted head and shoulder to the upside. 21 was crossing. And look at how we knew. Like, how does price action tell us where people are going to buy in? Like, he just knows. Because the bots look for TA and TA runs the game. Came for the TA, stayed for the good vibes and the wisdom. Safe travels to Dubai. Shout out to Mad 8. Or Mad B. Thank you. I introduce you, me, wake up at 9 and go to class, feeling time pass, walking fast in one complete groove. I watch my feet move across the street smooth. It's hard to see. Ooh. Wow. Out of bleeding bodies at rest. It's life. It remains the one test that gives me pains in the chest. Forever marked like a stain in your dress. My energy drained from excess. Mind, body, and soul to stop the government who designed the control. It's mine and whole. I'll find my soul, hidden such as a diamond can shine from coal. It's underneath the surface. A one and only place is what my birth is. A crazy place is what this earth is. Using what I have to work with. I'm like a bear can when you shake it. Once open, my back and front's broken. Simultaneously reciting first. For rap, I have an exciting thirst. Bring the battle, I'm fighting first. Electrified MCs with a lightning burst. Echo the sound of thunder. Each day I walk around and wonder how I made it here and made it clear since I stumbled at my birth. And since I stumbled on this earth and I mumbled at my birth. My mom said I mumbled when I came out the womb feet first. Sorry, man. This guy wrote, that was a rhyme I wrote a long time ago and he must have known it. And I don't know how he knew it. But he wrote it there and it just went off my head, man. God bless you, man. Thank you so much for doing that. I can't believe it. I don't like to rap on the stream, though. I haven't done that in a long time. People get weirded out. They don't know that I used to. I've been, and they look at me funny and it changes the vibe. And so I don't do it anymore. I'm the money man. I'm not the rap guy no more. You know what I mean? Sam, take out your glasses for a while. You will see double digits. I know, right? I am seeing double digits. But look at SNEK, man. I see SNEK continuing to boom. And look, that's an Adam and Eve double bottom, too. You see how kind of Adam and Eve vibes? They break out 40% of the time. There's kind of a cup and handle there. And above the 200 MA. The strategies I teach are tried and true. You're going to see them play out over and over again, no matter what. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know, bro. What do we do when we're above most of the 200 MA, even on the Biggie Daily time frame? At Crypto Lifer, what do we do? I don't know what you mean, what do we do? We make gains. You look for flags in the smaller time frames then because they're more apparently going to play out. Wow, 95,200 though. The volatility for Bitcoin has been crazy. All the way up, all the way down, all around. But I expect sideways price action here on the 15-minute time frame. I don't expect too much craziness going on here. So, shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate you all. Let's take a look at the awesome fan funding. We have Kenneth Thompson here. AVAX, please. We have Tori. We have the Crypto King, who just blessed us all with 50 memberships. Out of control. Didn't have to do that, but he did. We're ripping to 875 people on the like button. That's so grateful. Thank you, dear Lord. Alchemist AI bouncing. Came for TA, stayed for the gains. And then I appreciate you more than you ever know. Talking about what do we do when we're above most of the 200 MA, even on the bigger daily time frames. That means you start looking for flags on the 1 hour, the 15 minute, they're likely to play out. And Kenneth Thompson asked about AVAX. So really, I only see one super chat here, even though you people are very giving. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Let's take a look at AVAX. And thank you so much for the 50 Crypto Lifer memberships from Crypto King. And everyone, if there's still an open one, probably not, you can actually gift yourself that membership. All right, if it's out there. 51 new members today. Unbelievable. That's insane. And we definitely do some member streams somehow, some way in Dubai for that. We got to reward you guys. So you guys are going to see some behind the scenes every once in a while, a live stream that no one else gets to see, something that no one else gets to know about, a little exclusive of the Lifer life in Dubai. So that's what you will get rewarded for doing that, for even just showing interest. I greatly appreciate it. So someone asked about SNEK doing damage. Let's take a look at AVAX. And if it's a coin, it should be up at this point, you know. And you can kind of see how we had the inverted head and shoulder. And now AVAX to me is flagging out. And that's a beautiful flag. And it's touching the 21-day moving average. And it lagged behind a bunch of coins. I see AVAX about to blast. That's a nice flag. 21 touching, curving on the stochastics. MACD looks nice. RSI. I mean, if that doesn't blast, and again, maybe it doesn't, but there looks like a nice 21% gain. What, to 27? AVAX looking beautiful. And, you know, a stop loss maybe below these resistances here. But that looks like it could blast. AVAX looks worthy to post. When I think something's worthy to post, it means I believe it's very likely to go. And again, you could be busy today, not able to watch the stream, but the Discord is still sending you updates throughout the stream of things that we're looking at. So, and you could not be in the Discord, be not have, you know, just really looking for guidance, and you're here in this live stream gaining some knowledge with me, and that's going to help you in the long run. Dennis Fetterman said, you have a meeting planned in Dubai for members from this side of the world. I mean, we could do that. If there's how many members are there in Dubai? Jamie, we should do something. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Thank you. Can we pick Pepe's chart, my man? Let's take a look at Pepe. I see AVAX breaking out sooner than later, though, and doing damage for sure. Let's take a look at Pepe now. They got Pepe every way. I mean, I see Pepe about to do damage too. 4 hour looks interesting to me on all the altcoins. Look at that. It said, you know, if Bitcoin goes sideways, which I told you it looks likely, and then we get a pump, it looks like we could get a Bitcoin and altcoin pump this weekend. That's usually when we're in a bull run. Fridays, Saturdays are pumpy. They're crazy. Like, we get these altcoin pumps all weekend. It's just, we get these weekend pumps. I ended up working my butt off all weekend. No more slow. The weekends changed. You know, they went from us just sitting around and getting very, you know, Bitcoin trying, you be able to actually touch grass. No, the bull run will steal every bit of your time. The summer might go by. We had an alt summer one season. It was crazy. 2019, I had an alt summer. It was awesome. It was unbelievable, and it was a rippage. Like, alts were just out of control, ripping, and it was awesome. Out of control. It's definitely something that could happen. Everyone, things are going well right now. I always want to take a moment when they go well to say thank you to God. God, thank you for this beautiful live stream. Thank you for the technology working. Thank you for YouTube, the Google algorithm. Thank you for all the beautiful people here. And thank you for the ability to stay healthy and live stream every day. And thank you for your glory. And I just want to say great gratitude for this moment. I'm so happy to be in the present. That's where we build. We're building right now together. We are building right now together in the present moment. It doesn't get better than that, everybody. To know that you're in the present moment, to love the present moment, and to be so deep in the present that you can truly build in it, that is the key to success. Like, that is the tap, that's tapping in. And I'm telling you right now, that's the key to success. Pepe looks like it's going to blast to the upside. It just looks like it is going to blast. And I could be wrong, but something's brewing here for Pepe. All right. Someone said, can you do quick XRPTA? Thank you, sir. Let's take a look. Luke Cohen wants to look at XIPZ. All right, I'm going to take this from the top down, but XRP right now is about to blast as well. Why? I'm all about price action when it gets above the 200 MA on the 4-hour and then gets tight. I mean, again, anything could happen. I'm not a soothsayer and I'm not a psychic, but the odds of this breaking out are so likely to me. And there's some big bullish news for XRP. Number one, it's trending today all over X, saying it's going to become a new world bank. It's taken over the SWIFT system. Brad Garlinghouse wins, right? I see this thing breaking out to 250 and making some gains. And maybe I'm wrong, but XRP to the upside, I see a huge move in all these altcoins. You know, the 4-hour kind of flagged out for them, and they're looking strong. I appreciate all you do for this community. You remind me daily to humble myself. Could you kindly take a look at Turbo? I will. Shout out to Court Dama. God bless you and your amazing approach to the stream. Thank you. Very nice of you. You've got good vibes and good energy. I can feel it from here. You calm me down just reading that. That's amazing. Like, you sound like such a calm. When I think of you, I feel this. Oh, this. See, isn't that strange? I can feel this person through the live stream. I could feel this. There must be quantum out there because I could. You have like this. You have a very strong vibe, my friend. It came through on the stream. Through your language, I guess it carried a frequency. And through that, I was able to feel you. I think that's very, very, very powerful. Pinlink. Oh, man, remember Pinlink? Yeah, that's going to come back strong. That thing was hot. Shout out to Court Dama. I see XRP doing damage. I really do. And on the bigger picture, in that 3-day chart, like, I see it about to moon to 489. I mean, it's low, and it's everything looking great for XRP. A huge move coming for ZERPs. Alluvium looks nice. I mean, we've gone over a lot of setups today that look pretty good to me. At the same time, you know, these are just what my mind sees. I could be wrong. There's no guarantees. Shout out to the 956 beautiful likes on this live. Thank you. $70.77. Look at the 77 though. Every time 70.77. It was 70.77. It was. Wow. Altcoin profits coming, looking like a move. Alluvium on the radar. ILV, and I still hold this coin too. And who would have thought? You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look at Pinlink. Been a while. This thing came out hot out the gate. Ripped, right? I appreciate you putting this out there. You're spot on. Oh, wow. So it never really came back from the depths. It's been down now. Like, I wish I got this coin. Remember, they ran it up so fast. Becker pumped it. You know, it's got the Adam and Eve double bottom that I've seen on a lot of coins. This coin had a beautiful narrative, a great following, and people sweated it. I would not be surprised if the second it gets above some key resistance, there's a FOMO. And I really wouldn't be surprised if it's back up at 149. I own none of it, so it doesn't, you know, I'm not promoting it, talking about it, does nothing for me. I don't know the team. I'm just a TA guy. Like, I'm that passionate. I'm a nerd when it comes to this. You know, not looking amazing down here. This is something that I would just really believe that the narrative would come back. And you're buying the absolute bottom. At the same time, maybe it doesn't have the push. I don't know. You know, I'd have to research a little more about Pinlink itself. But from the last time I heard about it, it was hot. And even this looks like an Adam and Eve here. That could break to the upside. Very well could be the bottom for Pinlink. But it's a lot more sketchy than what else I'm showing. What else I'm showing are like really good swing trades that are showing signs of a move. So XRP looks good in the bigger time frame. And it looks even better, you know, it looks good for a move here on the 4-hour. I wouldn't be surprised if we see XRP at 250 and, you know, the next 20 to 30 hours at the most. Wow, XEN looking like a treat. Looking like a baguette. Follow me at Crypto Lifer. What is this guy doing with blocking the sun? What's that all about? Why does he have the ability to do that? You know what I mean? Like, I just don't get it. Dim the sun, like, it's strange, man. And it's our sky, it's our air. Like, people can't be putting whatever they want in it. XRP Ledger, look, trending all over the place. XRP, man, there's the XRP takeover. Something is brewing here, and the chart says yes. Show me the charts, and I'll show you the news. I'll be on the cutting edge of what's happening every day, and I'll stay trending. Why? Because people will be like, well, that was the guy that knew it was going to pump before it pumped. And when it's pumping, we're going to be able to show the gains and be able, because we were there beforehand. You know, everyone wants to win, but no one wants to put in the work to win. It's not easy. It's a constant battle every single day. What is this coin? Someone gave to me the other day, and I wanted to do a deep dive with you all. AIXBT Labs. Very tiny coin. All right. What are they doing? They've got a base address, base scan, so that's cool. They're on base. Market cap very small, 10 billion supply. I only have 1/10 of it out. Little sketch. Barely any volume on MEXC is almost not worth talking about for me then. Yeah, just too small. But it's a posh mesh domains, virtual real estate for shared augmented realities, allowing you to manifest your knowledge and imagination in the minds of others. I just thought they were backed by Binance. I could be wrong. There's a Ether too. 2 cents. Griffin at one. Yo, Griffin up. You think Griffin, AI16Z, all that stuff would start to move. AIXBT. I put this out to the group, and this was hot. And then it continued to rip too. Look, I mean, look at that thing. It's gone. But we saw it right there at 8 cents. And it's already almost doubled up. The thing is, when these things get back to their... It's crazy. I'm so, I'm greedy about my altcoin gains. But when this gets back to its high and it gets to 96 cents, if you got it at 8, right, you're basically over 10xing your money. You're 12xing. But you get it at 14, 13, 10, you're only 9xing. And buying the absolute bottom and then being, it's crazy. But you never know if it's going to keep going lower. You get rewarded for being, the guinea pig down there. That's the key of trading. I like what I'm seeing for Bitcoin. Looks like it's going to flag out and then continue to pump later on into today. I'm bullish on it. I could be wrong, but again, for it to dump, it has to lose the 21-day moving average. It has to lose 94,250, and then it has to lose the 200 MA at 93.2. Like, there's a lot of support right now, even on the local time frame for Bitcoin. Does Uni token look bullish? Buy some Q-tips to clean your belly button. I know, right? Actually, the way I do it, I was trying to teach people this the other day, and because I showed them, like, this is, I have an innie, that's the belly, and then you got to take the soap, right? And then you twist the soap at a 45, and then you gotta work the soap in. Clean your belly button, you filthy animal. So anyway, no. People are like, oh my gosh, I didn't. You know how many people just realized they did not clean their belly button today in the shower? And they're like, oh my gosh, I am just, yikes. They won't admit it. But they know it in their heart of hearts. You know what I mean? Can we check out Turbo? Let's take a look at Turbo. But you see, there's money all around this market. I can see it. I can smell it. There's money in the bigger coins, money in the smaller coins. You make the same gains leveraging a big coin, spot, You're looking for the 4 hour to flag out on almost every asset in the world and then just go on a tear. Trust me, it's going to get a lot simpler when the market is full of volume and people are coming in. It's not going to be the same you were used to. And this could still dump. Remember, always be open-minded that it's not going to play out perfectly. Have a plan A and a plan B. But now we got alerts there on Turbo. And that's a nice 68% gains on Turbo. Looks good to me. So look, we watch. You want to be on the watch. It's not about waiting at the right moment. It's about knowing way beforehand what you're looking for, right? And we have Artazik15 who's asking about Uniswap here. Now, I'm all about that 4 hour above the 200 when the 21's crossing. I told you that. I mean, this whole market looks like it's going to explode. I could be wrong, but I mean, I'm pretty spot on when I see this stuff. And this is why I like what I do. If I go over, like, I've already looked at maybe, I don't know, 500 coins today or more. Look, it has the Adam and Eve vibe. Number one, like we know. Slanted, but still plays out. That's what I've learned. Doesn't have to be lateral. We may get one more entry at the bottom of the channel, or it may rip. This will be nice for the retest and the breakout. It's a 691. But Uni's like a dinosaur of the DeFi, so if Uni's moving, then you know, Pendle moving. It's all starting to move. Are you starting to pick up what I'm putting down? Are you starting to see what the lifer is seeing? This is when my strategy really starts to play out. We really start to see the market for the way it is. We really start to get to where we should be. And now all your years of hard work or your months of hard work in the bear market with me, they're starting to pan out. You're starting to see things better and clearer. Setups are starting to actually play out for you. There's actually, hope along the line that more is coming. And it's on the way. It's on the way. You can see it, Can you do some breakdown on the V-Chain? Looks like what they're building on VADER down. Project looks so strong right now with the news. Interesting. Let's take a look at V-Chain. Great price, lawn and tree care. God bless you, brother. Great price. Hey, that would be a good name. Call my son Great Price. I remember when V-Chain was Ven. Back in the day, man. Ven, baby, Ven. So yeah, I saw that Dana White was talking about it. It was getting love. I mean, that was pretty big. You can see that it was going to break out of this flag to the upside, and we put it out there. You can move that stop loss to break even now, and V-Chain looks like it's going to continue to rip. So if anyone took the V-Chain call right there, you are in the gains as well from the lifer. Now let's also continue to push forward and see where we're at here on the daily. And it's funny, man, I tend to have the best streams on no sleep. I have like more energy when I lack sleep. What's up with that? Like I am ripping. And I was under the weather yesterday. I had to chug a bunch of turmeric and ginger. Felt like I got right back to square within like 5 hours of sleep. Pushed myself to the limit. And everyone's like, Sammy. But like, it's about just, how hard do you want to grind? I see this happening for V-Chain on the longer term. It could break out, but it's a little far away for the 21 on that daily. Might be a little bit of a pullback here. All right. 4 hours is looking good too, but it's a little extended compared. Like it might, and it's got a little bit of, and it's been ahead of most things, right? So, and it made a beautiful move. Bitcoin 95,260, 250, kind of just starting to get pretty flat. Price action starting to kind of get dry, and you can feel it. It's just starting to crawl a little bit. Starting to crawl. Starting to get. We covered so much in this hour and a half. It's insane. I don't even know how we did it. Can we look at Graph Sam, says Frank Corral. Thank you, Frank. And God bless you. Thank you to everyone that gave a super chat. Frank Corral, Great Price Tree and Lawn Care, Mike Grogan, Chris Reitz, Artizic 15, CT8497, Ian Aaron, Court Dama, Luke Cohen with XRP, J Duff with Pepe, Dennis Fetters all the way from the AED asking about hanging out in Dubai. The Official Gem Class Podcast. Mad B, Wayne Moore, Boyce Crypto. Boyce, we love you. Javnim V, Javiem, the Crypto King, for blessing us with $10 and hitting us with, I think, $200, because that, yeah, maybe even $250. They're $5 a piece. Tori and AVAX from Kenneth Thompson. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We love you. We appreciate you. And we thank you for your constant viewership, love, and support. And Tori asks about Sell token, right? Yeah, we have to look at Seller. Seller. Tori always asked about Seller. I'll never forget that. Let's take a look at the graph. GRT, right? Again, bounced off the 200 MA and then ripped. Had that inverted head and shoulder. It bottomed. The higher low was the first place to get in. It was gone at 7 cents. It ripped to 10 cents. Unbelievable. You got to say, though, you're a little far away from the 21. Not like the other coins that we put out. Like, they're, you know, that's what I love about the market. They run, but they run kind of, you know, this one, you can get into a flag now on the floor that pumps. By the time you get out of that, this is forming the flag for the next pump. And we call it the conveyor belt, the altcoin conveyor belt, man. And we just get ready. But I see GRT holding above resistance for support, consolidating nicely, and then getting ready for its bigger move. Look at that. The 777's flash right there, too. There's just something about that, right? It's so weird how it always shows up on almost every stream, I believe. What a day it is to be alive, huh, folks? What a day it is to be alive. Are you going after your dreams every single day? Do you have a goal? Are you waking up in the morning with a routine? Does your routine progress you into the next moment? Do you carry momentum throughout your day? These are the keys to success. If you're struggling, you don't have a morning routine. If you don't have a morning routine, you're going to be thrown off. Again, no one's going to hit it every day perfect, but it's about getting back on track and keep going every single day. Feeling great. I want to feel amazing. I want to be in the best shape of my life. I want to be spiritually connected to God. I want to be connected to my wife and kids. I want to feel my career and my career path is moving. I want to be financially free. I want to be entrepreneuring. All these doors should be open to feel free as a human. I want each and every one of you to feel this way that I feel, and it's unfair that someone should feel this way and not the whole world. So if I can spread light, love, and happiness and push each and every one of you to push yourselves, and it's going to be hard. The discipline is going to be needed. It's going to be the hardest thing you ever did to go after your best life and your best self. And it's going to be demanding. I wake up every morning to a very demanding life. I can't go in a hole and cry. I can't decide I'm going to eat chocolate today and lie in bed. That does not happen for me. For the last 4 years, 1,500 and some odd days, 614 days, I've woken up ready to rock at 7, 8 in the morning and given it my all. 7 days a week. You can too. I'm not superhuman. There's nothing different about me than that I have that you don't have. I just really desired it more, and I was sick of the regular life, and I was going to do anything I could to make it happen, to change my position, to push myself, and to help others. And if I could accomplish those three things, and be a good dad and a wife and a husband and a wife, and be a good father and husband, and raise my kids right and have a good family, then what else can I ask for the next 70 years, man? I'm ready to rock, baby. You know? So GRT, I'd look for it to come back to the 21. Not ready yet. I would be setting alerts for GRT. All right. And who's this guy? We got the Danny Lit Show. Sammy Cup and Handy. God bless you. Hermano, nice suit. Share the love, brother. Enjoy the weekend. And Dubai. Thank you so much for the 2277 Canadian. You're amazing, man. Oh, no. That's $222 Canadian. Are you kidding me? Hold up. This guy just gave $200. God bless you, Danny. Thank you so much. That's very nice of you. You didn't have to do that, but you did. Wow, he threw $200 now. $280 in chat revenue. You people are unbelievable. This is fascinating. Unbelievable. Thank you so much. I want to, dear Lord, hold on. Dear Lord, thank you so much for in gratitude for all these beautiful people on the live. I'm like still in shock. Amazing. Okay, let's take a look at Trump coin. USDT here. You know, Trump coin looks interesting. It is, you know, it's Trump coin, right? You have to say it brought a lot of liquidity into the markets, got a lot of people watching and speculating. A lot of the altcoins are looking interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if this doesn't follow into that. And this looks like it's going to pump. I mean, $19 Trump coin looks somewhat likely here. And it's crazy how quick this market can just get right back to where it was. As if we never had a lull. As if we didn't sit there for 3 months. And everybody was like, you know, no. You was scared. No, you was scared. 94,960, starting to lose 95K. It's expected that we're going to come touch this 21. And again, it's Friday. I don't have all my eggs in one basket over here. And we already took massive profits today, so today's already a big win day for me. Wow, we covered so much today, too. Like, we just covered so much. And again, these could dump. These beautiful flags could dump. Just because it looks good for the moment. You know, I went over the idea of what could happen if we're bearish. It's not always 100% bullish. You know, we'd break back inside this pattern. It looks unlikely. It looks like we're going to get our chance to just consolidate. But who knows? You want to see it induce some more shorts just a couple more times. Create a little bit of fear so the pump is real. That's what I've learned they usually do over and over again. And that's why you just wait for consolidation. You don't have to pounce. You wait for price action like in 2 hours. We're either going to be nicely here or making some right shoulder and, you know, you're going to know. Like, you don't have to. See, I've been in the market so long now that the patience has paid me. Well, before I didn't have the patience. You know what I mean? Find some Persian food for the family. I'm going to find Persian food today. We're going to eat Persian, man. I mean, I feel like I have to now. All right, I'm going to look up Persian food. I mean, I'm going to eat. You're going to send me $50 for Persian. I'm going to eat it. The next generation Persian restaurants. Persian and Mediterranean. Tapiersa, the Persian room. Interesting. Mara's Kitchen. All right. Can we take a look at Bitcoin dominance? Yes, we will. I'm going to be doing a massive update, though, in about 20 minutes where I do the macro update for Bitcoin. We're going to go over all that, and you're going to get a macro update for Bitcoin, Bitcoin dominance, the total market, all that fun stuff. So look for it's not cheap. It's a great place. Can you look at BONK? God bless you, Crypto Line. And can you look at BONK? Let's take a look at BONK. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything here. And thank you to all the beautiful super chats. You people are amazing. Like, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, it's unreal. It's not cheap price. It's great price. Can you look at BONK? Says great price lawn and tree care. We'll take a look at that. And then Mike Reinhardt, he says, can we take a look at Bitcoin dominance? And by all means, Mike, let's do that. So first thing I'm going to do is look at BONK just because, like, I don't want to get out of it, what we're doing here. And let me actually move this chart over with my charts. There we go. BONK, baby, BONK. I mean, everything looks good to me, but, you know, they are ascending triangles. Ascending triangles can be 50-50. But, I mean, it just looks so scrumptious, right? It just says that, you know, Bitcoin will get the bounce. All these charts are telling me that it's unlikely Bitcoin's going to dump. But, again, you don't know. I don't know. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. How did I make all those gains then? I just do what the charts tell me to do. I'm very simple. I don't get out ahead of myself. I don't get behind myself. I just focus on the present moment in time. And when I see things that have high probability, I take them exactly at face value. I don't question them. I don't second guess them. I take them for what they mean. Like, this is consolidation. You know, yeah, you have resistance right here, but you're getting very, very tight. I wouldn't be surprised if BONK breaks out for 30% gains and Bitcoin just goes sideways throughout the day. Bitcoin sitting at 94,870 ain't bad. And as long as the 50-minute goes sideways, we can get some massive moves in the altcoins. And that's going to segue us over to Bitcoin dominance, which you want to see if it's going to fall off. I don't see that happening. I see Bitcoin about to go on a massive tear. And you say, well, how can altcoins pump? Well, they're going to break out because the DXY dumping. And so that's going to bring all boats above water for a bit. You're just not going to get your big altcoin run like you want, like for when you get the Bitcoin dominance to pull back. I don't see it happening anytime soon. I still see a move here for Bitcoin dominance to the upside out of the bull flag. Looks very similar to the alts right now. It looks like you're going to pull up the whole market. Bitcoin's going to rip to 100,000. And just, certain altcoins are just going to have to rip. BONK's going to rip. Solana's going to rip. You're going to see a big move to the upside, right? And I could be wrong, but that's what I'm seeing here too, because previous support is resistance on Bitcoin dominance. The cup and the handle, see, that's an ascending cup and handle as the handle is higher on the right side than the left, and that has a measured move to the upside too as well. Oversold and the stochastics turning up with the MACD. I like what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin dominance, and that's expressing a move for Bitcoin as well, showing signs likely of a hit. And again, there's not a lot of liquidity down here to pull us down. We're kind of eating whatever's there. It's like last minute before maybe a massive move out. We got some levels there. You can see there's good liquidity all there, all the way to 96K, all the way up to 96,300, right? So BOOKMAP suggesting a move. Thanks for the TA. Thank you. God bless you for the £2. God bless you, brother. Can we take a look at Sui's? Please, Sam, you are the best. Yes, GURPS, thank you. Let's take a look at SWE. And I believe someone may have asked about that earlier. I'm gonna get to it. So the last time I looked at SWE, I saw this flag, and the flag said this thing was gonna break out. And I hold SWE, I hold deep. I love it. 366 was my target. We, flowed over to 378. Now, is there gonna be a nasty pullback? What's happening for SWE? I mean, SWE was the one everybody wanted, so... And again, they all made these kind of Adam and Eve double bottoms. We got above the 200 man on the 4 hour. Gone. I talk about that all the time. It's crazy, right? Now getting very extended away from the... So now, this doesn't look like the other coins, It almost says, hey, you could take profits from SWE. Probably watch it. Again, I'd be careful taking any profit. You never know. But this is saying, hey, you can likely take some profits. SWE's going to cool off. And then swing it into, something else. Let's take a look at the weekly, and then we'll boil it down. So the first thing you're doing on your weekly is pulling a Fibonacci, and you can see you came to the 786 Fibonacci money printer style on the big time frame, right? And there's previous support as resistance too. Okay, and then a falling wedge. And what a week for SWE. It just said, I'm done, right? I'm going to really break out, it said. And the weekly suggesting that a bigger move is coming for SWE. That tells me we got a $7 SWE coming our way. All right? It's on the way. It looks like it could happen by... It might take till September, even though this move is huge, But what if we go on on a massive run, it could take till July. Like on the biggest run of its life, maybe June. But... I got 10, that ringing in my ear out of nowhere, man. Always scary when you get that, because you're like, what if it doesn't go away? You know what I mean? So, I'm good, though. I heard people get that, and they can't even live or think. My dad never had that. I never heard, Look, there's a hidden bullish here, too. That swings up, well, that swings ferociously down, And then I pointed this out to my trading group, and we looked at it on the 3-day chart, and I kept saying, hey, I'm buying SWE down here, $182, And I did it a bunch of times, and to me, it was the strongest coin, had the best narrative. I felt like it was like, could contend with Solana, better than buying Ethereum, I'll tell you that, right? And boom. But now we're getting far away from the 21-day moving average on some serious big time frames. So same thing with Bitcoin here, though. Like, maybe it can just flag out. Now people might play it around with the memes and stuff like that. And so people will be taking profits, buying it, selling it, memeing it. And then while SWE goes sideways, the memes for SWE will go crazy. Then once people make enough money in the memes, they'll sell out of memes and get back into SWE, and then the liquidity for SWE will fly again. So I just want to make sure it flags above the 200 MA here as the 21 comes back to price action. Could it continue to rip? Yes, maybe. I could be wrong, but unlikely. Thanks for the TA. Shout out to Dooku86. Can you check Ethereum? Let's take a look at ETH, USDT here. And this is like this is reminding me of a fun, crypto bull run. Like, this stream is crazy. You can tell the Google algorithm is back. People are into what's happening and looking. So I'm looking at ETH to try to save the day here. I said, even if ETH rips, you're getting $6,000 ETH by 2026. Maybe, ETH is struggling on its macro time frame. But right here, you got a flag on the 4 hour just like everything else. And so I would expect, all boats to rise. And, Ethereum to pump huge with Bitcoin. And we'll get back to 2091. So I'm expecting a pump for Ethereum to 2100. We can't have all these coins pumping and not have ETH pump, right? Stop loss below the 200 MA. Let this thing rip to the upside. I've seen it play out many times. Ethereum might even be a nice lev trade there to 2100. On this weekend, we might get a weekend alt just rally like we wouldn't believe. For sure. Bitcoin. Sitting pretty like it's going to flag out and continue. $95,000 holding. 21 still at price in the 15. Things looking great. Yeah, I called POPCAT to 42 cents out the cup and handle. Look at that. It hit my exact target. It's insane, right? I mean, who does this stuff? Like, this is nuts, man. I'm like the Bobby Fischer of this stuff. This is nuts. Sorry, I shouldn't toot my horn, but this is like, some days I'm just amazed at how many calls we make here on the channel. It's just insanity. And POPCAT was one of the premier coins too that had more of a more love going for it. And here I am giving POPCAT to 42. There it is. Like, I gave this to my trading group. That didn't even hit didn't even hit stop loss. It was like a perfect trade, 419. Other people were watching POPCAT too. My elite traders are on it. Funny POPCAT, man. But there I am, the latest trade there, 419 POPCAT. And that thing was gone, baby, gone. No stop loss got hit in the making of that trade. And look at the daily, how it just blasted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, really 5 days, just 80% gains. You could do this too. Sammy Cup and Handy to the upside. All right. Went big on Tarzay a few days ago. Good. Hey. God bless you, brother. Put a 333 if you're in massive gains or in just gains, or you made gains 11, you made gains flipping, you made gains getting into these swing trades. Shout out to everybody here. POPCAT's away from the 21 now on that daily. You would expect it to cool off a little bit here. Like the rest of the market, though, it's got this like treacherous rising wedge. So if there was a rip, maybe it rips one more time like this, and then it looks like it's going to come down pretty hard. What goes up must come down. It's never going to go up for straight, but that could be the move to 57. If you want to join the trading group, go to cryptolifer.com. It's very simple. Go to cryptolifer.com, hit on the subscribe button, and you can sign up to a monthly, a quarterly, or an annual subscription. It's awesome. It's less than $2 a day if you pay for the quarterly or the annual, $270 for 3 months. Okay, that's $90 a month at $30 30 days a month. That's about $3 a day. At 31 days, it's even cheaper, right? So, God bless everybody out there that, you know, jumps on with the lifer. I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. All right. And if you pay for the year, it's less than $3 a day. Funny, let's look at VADER. I like that you brought up VADER. Is VADER up 58%? You know, a lot of these coins, maybe they're about to do 100Xs too from the very bottoms. Like, we're going to start a new... we just kind of take this at face value? We're in a bear market? VADER was hot before it all came crashing down. Morph AI is still nowhere to be found. So yeah, we're looking for Trump coin to kind of maybe possibly come down a little bit. And actually, it may not even do... Hold on one second. I like that 1996. That thing looks like it could blast anytime, honestly. A little sketchy on the 4 comparatively, but that looks good in the 1 hour. The whole market's suggesting there's going to be a massive run this afternoon into tomorrow, but who knows for sure. Mr. Tam, thank you for being present in my life. God led me to you because we share the same vision for our families. God bless you, man. How do you know it's too far for the 21? Did a little bit of a back testing. It was kind of hard to tell based off of the distance of the 21 for the price action. Because you're going to be overbought on the stochastics RSI. And you'll be hitting a resistance. You'll just know, though, it'll be when the pump is crazy. Like, you'll feel it. We do this all the time. I thought, you know... So we looked at AVAX, we looked at Altcoin, we looked at PEPE, Turbo, VChain, Pinlink, and Uni. Thank you, Lakochi. We got them all done. Yeah. And with that, everybody, I'm going to jump on out of here. I have some work to do now to do the macro analysis video to get it done. That's going to take so much of my time, so I'm going to bang that out for each and every one of you. May God bless everybody here on the stream. I see Bitcoin just kind of continuing sideways here to kind of leave you in this idea that Bitcoin's just likely going sideways. If I got my Bitcoin chart out on the 15-minute time frame, it broke out already, but we're just watching this 15-minute. The bearish idea is it makes some type of right shoulder here, like kind of crumbles down. It loses the 200 MA on the 15-minute, which is right here, and this trend line, and that's when you know you're in trouble. And you'll come down and you'll actually break into the pattern too. So like, you'll break into this pattern first at 94,150. Then you'll start to know that you could possibly get to the 200, and then you'll break that, and that will tell you. So the 15-minute will be very telling if we're gonna dump. Okay. Otherwise, look for the 15-minute to make a flag above 94.7. And if it does that in the next 2 hours, then I see a long happening for Bitcoin. And with that, I'm going to jump on out of here. Everyone, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. God bless each and every one of you. I'll see you tomorrow morning for another beautiful live stream, and I'll see you guys in the trading group. Stay amazing. Stay blessed. What an awesome live stream. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the super chats, and thank you for the love. Remember, I've studied every multimillionaire, billion, not everyone, but a lot of them. I read a lot of different books and did a lot of mind meditations, and I learned what the secret to success is. And everybody said it. You know what the secret to success is? It's very interesting. Almost everybody knows it that's successful. It's getting started.